What is up, the world of the living? My name is ZloyXP and I want a lot of Netherite. And if you clicked on this video, you probably want a lot of Netherite too. So, just for the two of us, I got several tips and tricks on how to get Netherite in the most efficient ways that I don't see a lot of people talking about. So, let's dive in. I'm always on the lookout of new ways of getting this stuff, so if you know one, do let me know down in the comments. Or, of course, let me know in the comments if you actually learned something new from this video. Speaking of, let's establish what is it we're looking for. This block here. It's called Ancient Debrees and it spawns mostly around 15 to 20ish. It actually can be found anywhere in the Nether period, but it prefers to spawn underground, and it especially usually spawns with no air block around it, meaning that you will never encounter it in the wild without specifically looking for it. Now, a fun property of the Ancient Debrees is that it is incredibly blast resistant, as demonstrated by this TNT here. Another fun property of the Netherite Debrees is that it usually is surrounded by incredibly non-blast resistant materials, such as netherrock. And that's how we come to my personal favorite tricky way of getting it. This is the riskiest way, but it also is the most rewarding one. You just look at the nearest lava lake, press F3 to show the coordinate grid, get lower to the level 15 or so. I actually want to stay a tiny bit up higher than that. And to quote Danny DeVito, you just start blasting. Now, of course, this method is infinitely easier to employ in creative than in survival. One of the reasons for it is that, well, you don't have an infinite amount of TNT in survival. You can, of course, build TNT dupers and all that kind of stuff, but that's complicated redstone, which we don't have time for. But what if you could get exact same result, if not better, with nothing but planks and wool, which you know is really easy to farm? Ah yeah, a lot of you already know where this is going, and yep! It's time for our favorite Easter egg in the entire existence. Beds explode in the Nether. And when they explode, they leave a bigger crater than the TNT blasts. Meaning that it's really easy to find some Netherite as long as you don't dig into the lava lake, which it seems I have already done. Now, of course, if you want to employ this method in survival, you better have some blast protection armor on you. But I can prove to you right now and right here that this can be done without basically any risk to your health, with no armor, with nothing on you except for maybe a fire resistant potion. And even that is not necessary. I'm just gonna drink one because I'm a sissy. So, here we are, all fire resistant and all. We place a bed and all we have to do is put a cobblestone block between us and the bed. And then, as long as we're very careful about the way we exploit it, we didn't even take any damage! Okay, admittedly we did take a little bit of damage from the blast, but it instantly was rejuvenated. So, again, some steak is recommended, blast protection armor if you can have it, and we can just keep blasting. I am dead serious, not even pickaxe is necessary, because you can easily break netherrack with nothing but your hands. Netherrack is as fast to dig as dirt, by the way. So just do this, and you'll be golden. And even if you want to argue that beds don't necessarily stack, so you can't really carry a lot of them in your inventory, planks and wool do. So you can easily grab a lot of planks and wool and just go around crafting the beds on the spot. Honestly, the hardest part about this method for me personally is to even spot the netherite scraps along the burning hellfire all around me. But hey, it works at the very least. In my experimentation, it took approximately 5 to 6 bed blasts per one Ancient Debrees. And personally, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And because you're probably worried, here's the demonstration. Netherite Debrees cannot be blown up by a bed, no matter how hard we try. Netherite Debrees, Ancient Debrees, have blast resistancy of 1000. They're not gonna be blown up by anything in the game, pretty much. But what if you hate fun? Or what if you don't want to be blown up by a bed? Well, we still can kind of dig for this stuff, right? With a pickaxe and whatnot. Unfortunately, the same methods that work for looking for diamonds don't exactly work for the netherite. Most of the diamond branch mining methods are based around the ore being able to cluster in small veins. Unfortunately, the ancient debris only ever cluster 2 or less, so it's like 1 or 2 blocks and you're incredibly unlikely to stumble into one while doing the entire poke hole every 5 or 3 blocks thing. However, there is a pretty cool trick to do with the pickaxe mining for the netherite. You see, nether rock is not a very sturdy material. It is pretty fast to dig with a diamond pickaxe, but of course it is even faster to dig with an efficiency enchanted one. Here's the trick though. You can easily insta-mine netherrack and incredibly big areas. You just need a particular enchant. And that enchant, my friends, is not efficiency 5. That enchant is just efficiency 3. Meaning that the best and the most interesting way of digging for netherite scraps using a pickaxe is to not even get a single efficiency 5 mending pickaxe, but just fill your inventory with very low level enchanted efficiency 3 ones. When one of them runs out of durability, the other ones can easily swap for it. And even if you encounter a lava pocket like here, just punch a block out in front of you in this bottom of your little mineshaft, and all of the lava will stop at there, not bothering you whatsoever. And of course, if you got yourself a mending pickaxe, don't forget to mine all the quartz and all the gold ore that you will encounter. Those will give you experience and fix her right up. I personally still say get several pickaxes just for fun, because, well, relying on random terrain generation to fix up your tools is a little bit frustrating, as is of course taking a break to fix them up proper. Of course it does help to have a fire resistant potion on you, but trust me, after a while of digging this way, you will easily develop the skill necessary to dodge the lava pockets. And hey, even if you do die, netherite doesn't burn in lava, so what do you care? Another significant point is that while an efficiency 5 pickaxe is impossible to get from a villager, efficiency 3 ones are actually fairly common. So you can potentially get infinite amount of pickaxes without even using up any of your precious diamonds. I talk about it in my how to use a smithing table video, which by the way by now is incredibly outdated because back then netherite just didn't exist. I still say check it out if you want to see exactly how to make a bunch of coal into a diamond pickaxe. Finally, a lot of people will tell you to look for the netherite under the lava. And true, there's plenty of the ancient debris on the bottom of the lava lakes and lava oceans. However, looking for them is not exactly an easy feat because, well, you can't exactly look. Admittedly, there used to be, or maybe it still is, a really tricky way of getting to see under the lava. The trick would be utilizing a glitch that at a certain level you can kind of see clearly through the lava bit. You can see I'm doing it right now, but it doesn't really work. You used to be able to do that by just swimming up against a slab placed on top of the lava. It is a little bit easier if you do this here, but still, even if you can tell what's going on the bottom of the lava lake, I would argue this method is just not worth trying because, well, even if you could see what's going on down there, how are you gonna get to it? You'd have to swim slowly through lava at the maximum speed of a flipping snail. Nah, that's not the best way, in my personal opinion. So I would not recommend it, unless of course you're one of those really good at redstone people who are able to make a lava clearing out apparatuses, which would be flying slime block machines. That would be pretty fun, but that's just not the goal of this video. This video is just to showcase easy tips and tricks for looking up for netherite early game or early-ish game. So I guess here's my trick for the lava oceans. Don't bother with them, they're not worth your time. And that's pretty much it for today's video. So do subscribe if you want to see more, and do leave a like if you learned something new today. Once again, looking forward to your comments, because I can't wait for you to teach me a lesson too. So, to sum up, get yourself a sheep, get yourself a tree farm so you can make a lot of beds and blow up everything in the nether. And get yourself a villager, which can sell you a efficiency 3 pickaxe, or maybe even better. Don't go into lava lakes, they're incredibly slow and not worth your time. That's gonna be it for today. So thank you everybody so much for watching. To be continued. Have a good one. Bye bye. How can we dance when the earth is turning? How can we sleep when the beds are burning?